Life. Life is just one of those things that I think we take for granted the absolute most in our lives. It really is a beautiful thing, but sometimes it just feels like it's falling apart and there is no hope. I know this because I've been there. I think everyone has actually, but some more than others. But this doesn't mean that life doesn't get better. However, with that said, life will only get better if you choose to make it better. What I mean by this is if you continue to keep living the exact same life that you're currently living and you're unhappy with your life, well, you're gonna get the same outcome every time. It's literally insanity. You want a different outcome, you gotta stop doing the same thing you're doing right now. Now, if you're happy with your life, well, damn, dude, that's awesome. But I'm talking to the people out there who are unhappy with their life, which is sadly a lot of people. Okay, so why the hell am I even making this video? Well, for one, I can do whatever I want because this is my channel. By the way, if you watch my last video and you're here from that last video, thank you so much. Also, I just realized I'm wearing the same shirt and I have like the same setup, but just bear with me. But for real, this video is for people who feel like life is just an endless slog and it never gets better. Those are the people that I'm talking to. I want those people to know specifically that life does get better, especially if you take action, even if that action is just really small. Because here's the thing. The more down bad and in a rut that you are, the smaller the action you need to take to get out of that rut. When you're at rock bottom, there is really only one way, and that way is up. You really are only one thing, action, phone call, text message away from changing your life completely. A good example of this is if you've had chronic pain in, let's say, your shoulder or something because you tweaked it during an exercise, call a physio. You don't have to live with this pain. You can do something to make it better. Chronic pain is a great example of this because some people just never choose to seek out help, and you know what? I've been guilty of that. I've been in pain. Actually, that example of the shoulder thing, that was me. But then I finally decided to see a physio and it got better. Whoa, crazy, right? But here's the thing, like you think it's common sense, but why doesn't everyone do it? Now, obviously, I'm just listing physical ailments that affect us, but this applies to literally anything in your life. Is there a friend that you've been meaning to reach out to? You know, you want to rekindle that friendship that you once cherished. Well, like I just said, you're really only one phone call or text away from getting what you want. People think that it's just this huge, complicated thing to get what you want, but it really isn't. Now, obviously, this is easier said than done. I think I should preface by saying that. And also, it depends on the thing you're trying to do. Like, if you're trying to get $1 million and retire, okay, it's not going to be as easy as one action, but the starting point is the same. You have to make a step. Also, by the way, if you've been wanting to reach out to a friend, I actually made a really great video about this and I highly recommend checking it out. I'll have a link down below because I think that reaching out to an old friend is one of the most worthwhile things you can do that is just so easy to do too because it's literally just one action. Okay, so what about my life? I'm making this video for a reason and this idea came up to me because it made me realize, you know what? Life can and will get better if you make the right choices. So I wanted to save this part to the end because I didn't want it to seem like I was bragging. I don't want to come off as someone who brags, right? Like I'm trying to just show you my experience and hopefully it can help improve your life too through my experiences. But I always like to give some general advice that I think can help in the moment, but maybe my personal experiences might be applicable to you. Maybe they might actually help you take the first step because you might be facing a similar issue that I faced. So like I said, to illustrate this point, I obviously got this video idea from somewhere. I didn't just come up with it one day, and it came from my own personal experience. So I have been taking a lot of steps to try and improve my life in the last year, and you know what? It's really paying off, but it wasn't easy. That's why I pushed it off for so long. But I just want to say one quick thing before I move on. I don't want you to be like me. I want you to be better than me. I'm 25 years old. I could have done a lot of these things years ago, but you know what? Late is better than never. I pushed off some of these things for way too damn long, and like I said, if you're younger than 25, you're pretty much ahead of me already, assuming you take action. But I think if you're watching this video, you're probably pretty smart, and I think you know what you're doing, but maybe you just need that little push. Sometimes all we need is a little push, right? So let's start with the first thing, which is my Accutane journey. Now, if you don't know what Accutane is, basically it's how I cured my 10 plus years of acne, which basically destroyed my self-esteem for those last 10 years. I'm not even kidding. When I had a breakout, I wouldn't even record a video, and I would push off videos because of that. That's how stupid this whole thing was. I put off doing something I love, which is making videos, because of a breakout? No. That's when I decided, you know what? I gotta take action. So one day I finally decided I'm fed up with this shit. I'm fed up of dealing with this curable disease, which is acne. I'm using curable in quotes because it's not literally curable, but it's probably the closest thing we have to a cure today. And I'm tired of this thing dictating my self-esteem and how I feel day by day. So I finally went to a doctor, and then they referred me to a dermatologist, and next thing I know, I'm acne-free 1 year later. That's all I had to do. I just had to go to a doctor. Like, it's simple things like that, but if you are curious about my journey though, I actually did make a 1 month follow-up video after my first month of it, but I do plan to make a full recap because that was like a year ago, but I'll have that link down below. It's a good video if you're interested. And then I just want to put one little quick example, and even though I'm saying it's a quick example, it's actually a huge thing in my life. And I might even make another in-depth video because this is just something that I can't do like it just at the end of a video. But at age 25, I finally received my official ADHD diagnosis. Now, this is nothing new to me. I've always suspected that I had it from like when I was a kid, but I finally just said, you know what? I'm just gonna talk to a doctor about it and get an official diagnosis. And this is something that I've been putting off for a long time. Like, I've been wanting to do this since I was like 20, but you know what? I finally did it. And yeah, it does cost a good amount of money, especially when you get medicated, and just getting that test in the first place is pretty expensive. But I'm not gonna let the cost ruin something this life-changing because you know what? It was mostly procrastination. I put it off for a very long time, like 5+ years basically. I didn't really have much of an excuse, I'll be honest. However, the new medication that I'm trying, god damn, do I wish I tried this shit sooner. Life is like on easy mode right now. Like, it's crazy. I think I should just say this for another video because it's too much to go into one video. But I literally feel like a functioning human being without the unnecessary added stress and resistance to do anything. This video I'm recording right now, I probably would have put it off to the end of the day and even to the next couple of days. But you know what? I just said, let's just sit down, set up all the lights in the studio, and let's just get this video done. And it feels amazing. I love doing this. It makes doing things more fun and enjoyable. I just wish I didn't put off such a life-changing treatment because, well, you know what? Again, later is still better than never. So we'll leave it there. So these are two major life examples that I've brought up. I mean, there's plenty of other things that I've done that have improved my life, but here are just two examples that, hey, if you're in the same boat, then maybe this is your push to just do something about it. But basically the commonality between all this is it all started with a single step. Going to the doctor was just one phone call appointment away. Getting my ADHD diagnosis was just one appointment away. All these things are just usually one thing away. A single phone call. I could have changed my life so long ago with just a single phone call. And you know what? It doesn't even have to be related to health. This can be related to friendships, business, work, school, literally anything that has a single action to get started and cause a chain reaction, which is improving your life. So just remember this. Often the hardest part is taking that first step. I know this firsthand, it is hard, but I can confidently say that when you take that first step, life does get better. So drop a like and a sub.